it's Jess. If you're not new here, welcome back. As you can see in the title, today we're going to be going over meal prep. And I have a lot to do. I honestly love doing meal prep. I feel like it sets me up for a successful week. I know I've got healthy meals on hand. I know I've got healthy snacks, drinks, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be prepping a few things for my dinners, breakfast, snacks, juices, and lunch. These are all the things that I have basically every single week. I've never done the egg whites before, so I'm deciding I'm going to make some egg whites for lunch because I usually make my eggs and bacon at lunchtime and it just can be a bit of a faff if I'm like running around a little bit busy. Having egg whites on hand, I feel that's going to be a good idea. Plus I only have a few strips of bacon left, which I know is not going to see me over for as many days as I'd like, so I'm going to utilize them by putting them into the egg whites. Also for the dinners, I'm going to be sort of preparing my proteins as opposed to like a whole meal, because at the moment, obviously, like I said in my last video, I'm obsessed with the beef viral like cottage cheese bowls. So I'll still be prepping my beef, but I'll also be prepping some chicken breast. I do want to try like a recipe this week as well, so I'm going to save the chicken breast to the side and do a little test recipe this week. I have to do my classic overnight oat bowl, which is honestly my favorite thing ever. My chocolate mousse overnight oats, guys, if you've not tried them, they are so easy, so good for your gut, high protein. They literally taste like chocolate mousse for breakfast. Again, another staple is my juice shots. I always have my carrot, orange, and ginger shots. They're just amazing for gut health, anti-inflammatory. I feel like they make my skin glow with the carrot. But yeah, to run you through the list, we've got chicken breast, beef, sweet potatoes, oat bowls, yogurts, which I'm trying to decide if I will keep them in their containers or prep some separate yogurts, but yogurts, juice shots, lemon slices. I like to prep my lemon slices to add as dressings or in my teas, so I just like to have my lemon slices prepared, and egg whites. So that is on the agenda today. Like I said, meal prep is honestly such a lifesaver, and I'm actually looking forward to having all this stuff done. I know that I'm just gonna have yummy meals and snacks on hand. It is sort of afternoon time now, so I'm thinking I need to be strategic with this in hopes that I can have some of the beef for my dinner, and then it's just like freshly cooked. So I think to start with, let's get into doing the chicken breast. Oh my god, this looks so good. I just got out the Cajun chicken and I can't believe this is my first time making it. It honestly looks so good, and as you saw, it was so simple. It's literally Cajun seasoning, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and that was it. And the egg muffins look so good. Let me show you. I'm gonna plate this up so it looks a lot nicer because I'm aware that it doesn't look great right now, but it will be plated up and put in little Tupperware, like glass Tupperwares. And then my little egg bites, how cute are they? I'm honestly so excited to eat these. I actually nibbled a tiny bit and honestly they taste so good. I used to make these all the time and I just haven't made them in so long and I forgot how good they are. So I'm gonna plate everything up, but now I need to move on to doing my oat bowls. As you can see, I just started, but I realized I didn't pick up this camera and I've just started to try and film it. I've started to get all my little Tupperwares out ready to go. So we're gonna have obviously our chicken, egg bites, then we'll do the beef. What else was there? Oh, I think that's it. Okay, good. Okay, let's get going with these guys. I'll also put the recipe for these down below because like I said, they are literally the best oats you will ever have. So let's get making these ones. always have that I post on like Instagram and TikTok. I always share the recipe for these guys. And they are my orange, carrot, and ginger shots, and they're so freaking cute. Like I said earlier, for inflammation, I honestly feel like they make my skin glow as well. And it's an easier way to take your ginger shot if you're not a big fan of ginger shots. So I've got these guys. I've still got 3 left. So I still have these 3 that I made the other day, but I also make a spare big batch. Give her a shake. And I honestly have been loving having this in the evening time. So then I'll pour this into my cup, then I'll pour on hot water, and I'll also squeeze a slice of lemon. But I'm just a huge fan of like carrot as well. So I feel like, and the sweetness of carrot is just so good. So I'm now gonna pour this into a few more of my shot glasses just because I've got so much, and then we'll put them back in the tray. Also, for you guys that are more intrigued in content creation, I have had a few messages on more tips and tricks on like how I film and all that kind of stuff. So just to explain my setup, I do 4K 60 frames. That is your settings for basically every single thing. I always film in 4K 60, just classic video. I don't really like to zoom too much. I like to usually keep it on a preset. So, and it's just a lot clearer when you are on the presets, like 0.5 obviously, because when you do start to go in between the 2 stages, so say like 1 and 2, you do tend to like get a little bit more of a pixelated look as opposed to if you were to just go 2, if that makes any sense. So try and stick with these ones, because what you can also do in post is say that you film in 1 or say you film in 2, but you want to get a little bit closer. Instead of doing this now, put it on 2, and then when you go to edit it, that's when you're going to do the zoom, because this is the clearest it's going to be, and you can always zoom in post. So that's my best advice, getting the clearest image you can when it comes to filming video on your iPhone. I also have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which in all honesty, I feel like the 14 is my favorite one that I've ever had, or the 13. So if you have a 13 or 14, they are my faves. Obviously it depends on your lighting, like this is daylight. However, if I took this to the window, it would be even clearer. So your lighting is also a huge key here. But yeah, that is just my general setup. Okay, I've laid everything out and it looks so pretty. Like I've got my little shots, I've got my breakfast, that's also here as well. I've cut up my potatoes. Basically, I like to have half a sweet potato every evening, and I just bung it in the microwave for like 5 to 6 minutes. So yeah, I find that a lot easier than waiting like 40 minutes for them to cook in the oven, which obviously they are a lot nicer, but I'm just like, for convenience, this is so easy. And just to have them cut up, prepared, it saves me cutting them every single night. I love to have one of these as like a little boat in my like taco bowls, and obviously tonight I'm probably gonna do a chicken bowl. I've got my Cajun chicken. It looks so good and it smells so incredible. I decided not to make my beef in the end because I was like, I've got so much chicken here. Like the chicken size in America is absolutely ridiculous. So I was like, this is gonna see me over for a couple of days, and it saves me making the beef, and I don't want to go to waste, so I'd rather save it and then cook it later in the week. So yeah, got our chicken. Then we have the egg bites. They look so perfect. As you saw, I mixed each bowl individually. So I did like 1 egg, 2 egg whites, spinach, and all the seasonings. Then I tipped that into 2. So that's 2 egg bites is 1 portion. And then I sprinkled on some of my bacon, which I pre-cooked, so I like it nice and crispy inside, because you don't need to cook these for very long. I put them in for 15 minutes and they came out perfect. Again, I'll put all the information down below for you guys, and if there's any questions on them, please let me know. We have our chocolate mousse oats. Oh, they're so good. I know they might look a little bit messy, but honestly guys, these literally taste so good. You can already see them starting to bubble. I think it's something to do with like the chia seeds and the combination of the yogurt, where they start to like bubble, and honestly the good gut bacteria that are in these is absolutely insane. Then my lemon slices, ready for my teas, ready to put on top of my taco bowl. Like I love to just put it as like a dressing over the top. Also I have my yogurts, but I haven't shown those because those are just the Siggy yogurts. Let me grab them. So yeah, these are the yogurts that I have, and I thought I'm best to just keep them in their own little packaging, but I just basically have one of these as like my afternoon snack. I usually have the sugar-free strawberry, but I wanted to get the vanilla this week and they didn't have the sugar-free version. However, they're still great. Like the ingredients are so good. So I've got 4 of those ready for the week, all packed up. My camera is 100% going to die, but I'm honestly so happy with that. I think it took like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just seeing it there makes me so happy and so excited for the week. I just know that I'm gonna have healthy meals, healthy snacks, everything's prepared. I'm gonna have the easiest week ever and just feel my absolute best. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I love to bring all the foodie content, and also if you have any questions, just pop them down below and I will answer them. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.